Good morning, class. Happy Monday. It's Mrs. Kiefer here. Today, our learning target says, I can draw bar graphs and use them to solve problems. So maybe you have seen a bar graph before, maybe you haven't. If you have not, this is an example of a bar graph. And the way a bar graph works is there's usually a title on top. In this case, it says birthdays by season. And then there are labels on each side, the side and then the bottom. The side here says season. And below, it says the number of students. So if it's birthdays by season, we have the seasons over here. We have spring, summer, fall, and winter. And then we have the number of students. It goes 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 11. So the graph shows the number of birthdays in each season for a class. The question is, how can you use the graph to write the number of birthdays in this table? Tell how you know. So here's our graph and here's our table. This is what this is called, table and bar graph. Now, I can look at spring and see how many birthdays there are just by looking at these lines, right? It goes all the way to the number 7. So I know that for spring, I'm going to use my pencil tool. Actually, I'm going to use my pen tool. For spring, there are 7 birthdays. Now for summer, I'm going to look all the way to the end of the green line, and it ends on 10. So for summer, there are 10 birthdays. For fall, I'm going to go all the way to the end of the orange, go down and look. There are 4 birthdays in fall. Now I'm going to give you a second to think in your head, how many birthdays do you see for winter? If you said 2, you are correct. 2. So I put in all of the number of students who have birthdays by season over here in the table. I'm going to show you another example. This is a different graph. This one's not complete yet. Our table is complete, but the graph is not. So up here, where it says favorite pet, tells me that our bar graph is also going to be titled favorite pet. Over here, we have the pets. We have cat, dog, bird, and turtle, and then the number of students below. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this highlighter tool to fill in the graph. The cat is already done for me. I know there's 4 cats, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I don't have to worry about the cats, but I'm going to look at the dog. There are 6 dogs. I'm going to use my highlighting tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can go back and kind of fill in the whole thing if you'd like, or just a simple line will do. After that, I have birds. 2 students' favorite pets are birds. So I'm going to go to bird, 1, 2. And then last but not least, there are 3 turtles. So I'm going to fill that in as well. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to look below. I'm going to answer the questions that are about the graph. So the first question says, how many students chose cat? I can either look at the table, cat 4, or I can look at my graph, cat 4. The answer is 4. The next question is, which pet did the most students choose? Now, when you're looking at a bar graph, you just have to look at which one is the longest, and that'll tell you the most. So looking here, I see it's longer than the cat or the bird or the turtle. So I know that the dog is the longest. Dog. Great. Now it is your turn to complete your activity here on Seesaw. If you need to come back to this video at any time, feel free.